I remember my first night shift at St. Jude's like it was yesterday, even though it was 20 years ago. The recruiter on the phone had been a bit vague, mentioning they were reopening the old wing and needed experienced nurses for the night shift. The pay was incredible, so I jumped at the chance, pulling into the parking lot. I felt a chill. The building looked abandoned, weeds choked the entrance, and half the letters on the St. Jude's hospital sign were missing, but the lights were on in the lobby, so I pushed open the heavy oak doors. Inside, it was like stepping back in time. The reception desk was antique, the uniforms were starched and old-fashioned, and the air smelled faintly of antiseptic and dust. The head nurse, a stern woman named Matron Gable, handed me a patient chart. "Welcome, Nurse Miller," she said, her voice raspy. "You'll be on the 3rd floor. Just follow the rounds. They're waiting for you." The 3rd floor was eerily quiet. The fluorescent lights flickered, casting long, dancing shadows down the hallway. My first patient was an elderly man in room 302, Mr. Harrison. He was staring at the ceiling, his breathing shallow. "My chest hurts, nurse," he whispered. I checked his chart. It was dated October 1998. Strange. I administered his medication, or at least I went through the motions with the vials on his bedside table. He smiled weakly. "Thank you. You have a kind face." I moved from room to room, a silent ballet of care. A young girl with a fever who kept asking for her mother, a soldier with a bandaged leg convinced the war was still on. None of them seemed to notice the peeling wallpaper or the ancient equipment. They were just patients. They were all so calm, so accepting of their situation. I felt a growing sense of unease. There were no doctors, no other staff besides me. Just the hum of the old building and the soft sighs of the sleeping. Around 3 a.m., I took a break and wandered down to the lobby. The silence was absolute now. On the main wall, a large bronze plaque caught my eye. It was a memorial in loving memory of the staff who gave their lives during the Great Fire of October 1998. I ran my fingers over the engraved names. My breath caught in my throat. I read the list again and again, but there was no mistaking it. 2nd column, 4th name from the bottom, Nurse Amelia Miller. A cold dread, colder than the drafty hallway, washed over me. The fire. I remembered smoke, the sound of alarms, the heat. Trying to get the patients out, I remembered falling, the ceiling giving way. I looked at my hands. They were pale, almost translucent under the flickering lobby lights. I looked back at the plaque, my name. Suddenly, Matron Gable was standing beside me. Her face was soft now, her stern expression gone. "We never left," she said quietly. "They still need us, the ones who didn't make it out." She gestured up towards the floors above. "This hospital never really closed, Amelia. Not for us." I looked up the grand staircase and I understood. The night shift was just beginning. It always was. The patients were waiting and I was their nurse. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales from the shadows. See you next time.